Here we go, guys. Welcome to Maximum Yarnage. This is going to be my very first official tutorial. And of course, it has to be something difficult. The German short row for toe-up socks. And I'm using this beautiful, bulky Mountain Colors yarn. It's gorgeous. I love it. So I've worked the heel all the way up to the point where it's time to get started. I did already wrap, I knit all the way to the end, wrapped one stitch, and I already knit all the way to the other end, or purled all the way to the other end to create another wrap stitch. Now we're going to keep going back and forth until we are left with approximately, I think, 4 stitches for my particular toe up. That's what I'm doing. So we're going to knit all the way up to the first wrapped stitch. This is called a double stitch. And we are going to yarn forward, slip the first stitch, wrap back, and yarn forward again. And there we've created the wrapped double stitch. That's what we're going to call it, a wrapped double stitch. That's just the easiest thing for me to remember. We'll keep it nice and simple. And purl the wrong side row all the way down to the first wrapped stitch on that side. All the way to the first wrapped stitch, which is right there. Okay, and then we turn our work just like we always do, and then we yarn forward, slip the first stitch, wrap the yarn back, and continue knitting all the way down to the first wrapped stitch. Not the very first wrapped stitch, the first wrapped stitch that you see on your needle, which is the second wrapped stitch that you created. Got it? Easy peasy. We'll keep on doing that back and forth until it's time to kind of close up the heel. Right, so like I said, I wanted to leave 4 stitches in the front, in the heel, in the middle, and I've wrapped 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, right there. And I want these 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches in the center, so I have one more wrap that I can do. And I'm going to knit, leaving all 4 of those in the center, wrap, yarn forward, slip that first stitch, wrap the yarn back, yarn forward, keeping it nice and taut so you create that beautiful double stitch, purl. Purl to the first double stitch here. Since it's bulky, it's really easy to see. It might be a little bit harder to see on smaller yarn like this one here, but it's not that difficult. So again, here we are on the knit side. We're going to yarn forward, always yarn forward, slip that stitch, wrap that yarn back, pull it taut, and continue knitting. Now what we're going to do is really, really simple. I love this. Hope that's not making too much noise. All we're going to do is we're going to take these double stitches, knit them together. Take that double stitch, knit that together. Turn it around, wrap that stitch again, continue on back and forth until we've created our heel. So let's do that. Knit the first double stitch together, knit the second double stitch together, turn, yarn forward, slip that stitch, wrap the yarn back, yarn forward, and continue purling. Easy peasy. I don't know why I keep forgetting how to do this. I really don't, because it's really very, very simple. It's very simple and it creates a beautiful heel. So we're going to purl that first wrapped stitch, purl that second wrapped stitch, turn it around, yarn forward, slip that stitch, wrap that yarn back, pull, and continue knitting to the first double stitch. And again, knit two together, and continue on until you're done. And look at that. You can see that it's starting to form there. All right, let's continue on until we finish it. Okay, we're almost finished. We're down to the last two wrap stitches, and I just wanted to show you real fast how I'm going to get through and finish that. That's just what I do. Hopefully it's right. Okay, so we're obviously, whoops, sorry, knitting those last two together. Well, you know what I mean. You just saw what I did. And we're going to slip, and I'm still creating one more wrap. I hope this is right, because that's what I did on my last sock, and it turned out really nicely. Can't hold on to that yarn there. Okay. And we're going to knit all the way down to the purl wrap stitches. Well, they're not purled, they're knit. Sorry. Purl those two wrap stitches. And I don't know if this is right, but that's what I did on my last sock. And I yarned that last stitch forward. It's probably wrong, but I don't care. I yarned it forward and I just kept going. I kept going until I finished every single last little stitch. And for me, it turned out really nice. And then I just knit that together. I'm not going to wrap anymore. Try not to make any sound with these things. And then I'm going to finish purling all the way back. This is not, well, it's not so bad for my very first video. It's kind of long, but it's a complicated thing, you guys. I probably could have made it shorter for myself. But then what? Alright, and then I finished that last double stitch, and I am done. Now I feel like I can finish, I can keep going, and then I'm going to probably add a couple of stitches in between here. That's what I always do to kind of seal the gap. And then I'll add a couple more on this side to seal the gap. Then I'll knit one row, and then I'll remove one stitch here and one stitch here, and then knit again, remove one stitch here, remove one stitch there, and keep knitting until I've got my cuff looking like a cuff, like this. Oh, it's actually even more magnificent up close. I love it. Isn't that beautiful? It came out really good. I'm super happy with it. Not happy with my videography skills, but it worked out very nicely. I'm very happy with it, and I can't wait to do it to these socks. Sorry about the noise. Can't wait to do it to these socks. So exciting. I'm going to fix them up and they're going to look beautiful. And then I'll do another update in a day or so. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that it was helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and maybe share this video. Share it with your knitting friends. See you guys later. Thanks so much. Bye.